That's a great question. And so I believe in calling. And so in my full time job, I work as Chief Operating Officer at the Fountain of Praise under Dr. Remus Wright. And so my calling and where I have found passion is around reinvigorating communities. And so when I landed at the church, one of my first assignments was to get to know the community, get to know the leaders, get to know the main stakeholders, and also to understand what were the needs of the community. So, really, my passion and love for serving God's people, moreover, for serving those and bettering communities, especially those that are Black and Brown, is what George Anderson loves doing. So, coming from my background, I thought I'd come and teach them a thing or two. And once I landed here, was introduced to the community elders, as I like to refer to them. Those elders, one, demonstrated to me just that they had fervor and passion for this community as well. And one of the things that I learned from them very quickly is that this is a very engaged community. You have some communities, whether it's you measure that by voting and or by how they take care of the community. I found that the Hiram Clarke Fort Bend Houston community was super engaged, as in they did their own patrolling, they did their own cleanups, they had vested interest, and you definitely heard from them that they were willing to do what was necessary to protect the investments that many of them had made back in the early 70s. The joys of my position is that as a volunteer, which is what my role is, I get to serve the community. And again, I always look at that as an opportunity and a privilege and something I take very seriously. I enjoy working with the stakeholders. I enjoy working with our elected officials, and we've had great success with our mayor pro tem, who is a council member for this area, uh, Martha Castek Tatum. We also have a great relationship with our Congressman Al Green, who has participated and partnered with us on a number of projects here in the district, as well as Commissioner Rodney Ellis. His office has been phenomenal. And when I look at the trails and some of the projects that we've done with him, again, been great partnership. Those have been the highlights. And again, it's just been a pleasure working with all of the leaders here in the community. One of my favorite topics, brother. And so, with the Hiram Clarke Fort Bend Houston community, most think because it is a Black and Brown community that it is the hood. And I would say that we are hood, but we are great hood. Um, we have some of the lowest crime rates of all the districts in the city of Houston. In fact, I think we're number three in terms of ranking. We also, it is a nice bedroom community. So it is a great place to live, a great place to worship. There are some of the major African American churches reside right here in the Hiram Clarke Fort Bend, Houston. And so when I look at this community, we have so much going for us. Our greatest asset are the people that live here and their commitment to making sure that this is a sustainable and a well run community. We also enjoy, again, thanks to those elders and some early initiatives, we don't have the flooding that other communities are battled with. For example, during all the major storm events and hurricanes, we didn't flood. So again, we've got a lot going in the Hiram Clarke Fort Bend Houston community. Well, we have a number of projects in the hopper. In fact, I think we've estimated right at about $150 million worth of investment, worth of capital improvement projects, ranging from improvement with the sidewalks, the streets, doing and putting infrastructure in for some upcoming entities that are coming into the district. So we've got just a myriad of things that we have planned. And sort of our charter goes back to us bringing and putting in place those things that will facilitate growth, facilitate economic development, facilitate us having a very stable and sustainable community. So very, very excited about those opportunities that we have. I will say keep posted because we will be rolling out all of those projects to the community so everyone knows of the good things that are taking place. The church actually brought me here. The pastor is my uncle, and so I came here to assist him with growing the congregation.
Favorite thing about Houston?
Favorite thing about Houston, no state income tax. Um, I have very nicely grown accustomed to the weather, but Houston is a wonderful international and large city.
What's on your playlist right now?
On my playlist, well, I'm an old R&B guy, so I do Donny Hathaway, I do Stevie Wonder, I do just an assortment of R&B. So that's pretty much my playlist.
Is there a book that you've read recently or just a book throughout your life that has just really moved you and meant something important to you personally?
I know it's going to sound a little cliche and maybe even corny, but the Bible has, throughout my life, been a guiding force. And I look at the stories that that are in the Bible, and they, to me, give relevance to some of the things that we're going through even in this country today. And so I have to say, favorite book, guideline for me is the Holy Bible. So the Fountain of Praise really speaks to my spirit, as I intimated. The senior pastor, Dr. Remus Wright, is my uncle, and he and his wife, co-pastor Dr. Mia K. Wright, they do a phenomenal job. Part of my conditions for coming here, even though Pastor Wright is my family, was to understand that the church was invested in community. And so when I got here, even before getting here, I would do these little litmus tests to say, hey, Pastor, are you really serious about community? And so what I love about the Fountain is whether it is opening our doors to the civic associations for meeting place and are participating in all of the major events that take place in the Hiram Clarke area, from disaster relief, whenever there's a hurricane or subsequent flooding. The Fountain of Praise is the first to open their doors and to serve the community. So that's my shout out to my home church, to the Fountain of Praise.